What's up, Dragon Ball fam? It's your boy Eddie Hilaire coming at you live today with my top 16 one-star ball deck profile that I just came off of from yesterday's DBS regional for October. So this one I don't really keep these exclusive to Patreon, but I already know my list is gonna be out because that's just how it is when you get top 16. They just post your list. So I'll give you guys an insight because I've seen there's been a lot of people joining the Patreon, which I appreciate you guys, man. I'm gonna give you guys an insight of how I do things on the Patreon, right, for Dex itself. But since I'm going to actually get this specific one for free, I'm probably gonna just keep the gameplay videos for this deck on the Patreon itself. I'll probably post like maybe one or two games, maybe my last two rounds. But yeah, all my teammate testing, like the good ones. If you really want to see good gameplay, I really recommend you go to the Patreon to check that out. So I feel like that's the way I can make it fair for those guys, since I am giving you guys exclusive content that's storming on Patreon. So without further ado, let's get into it, right? We are playing the one-star ball. So, one-star ball, permanent. Your deck can include up to 6 Dragon Ball cards and can't include non-red battle cards. So, a really cool, really fun fact to know is that this no longer applies to your Z deck. So, we will be playing different colors, not just color, because a lot of people are just saying, oh, surmounting with different colors, right? Permanent, this card can't attack. Activate main, switch this card to rest mode. Add up to 2 Dragon Balls cards from your deck and or life to your hand. Then shuffle any areas to look through with this skill. Awaken as when this when your life is at 4 or less, or you have 6 or more Z energy, you may switch this card and up to 1 of your energy in active mode. Really cool, really important fact is to know that. One second, let me drink some water. This awakening is 6 or more Z energy. It doesn't have to be balls. Meaning, if you have 4 balls, 5 balls, and you've been comboing, and you have 6 cards in your Z energy, you can awaken, and then you can put your ball in there later. You do not have to have, once again, 6 balls to awaken. Really huge, really important piece of information to have. After you awaken, you turn into Shenron Despair Made Manifest. It has an auto. When this card attacks, draw 1 card. Activate main once per turn. Choose one of your Shadow Dragon battle cards and up to 1 battle card or unison. The chosen targets gain negative 15k for the power. Really huge, really important thing that I want to mention here is, guys, you're playing a aggressive critical deck, right? It's like playing Broly Swap in a way. You don't want to really just because you're awakened draw a card, because if my opponent, like I was playing my boy Tim Placios, right? Shout out to him. He was playing Pen. He had 4 cards in hand. I was awakened. He out comboed my 30k double strike swing crit. I 100% guarantee that he was probably anticipating me swinging with leader to gain that 5th card in his hand. I just passed my turn. It's not as important as you guys think to draw that extra card from your hand, thinking, okay, cool, I gain 1, your opponent gain 1. It hurts your opponent more because with those 4 cards they'll have in their hand, when they draw that 5th one, they now enter a conundrum to charge. He's like, man, I only got 4 cards. I'm gonna draw this 5th one, and they make that misplay of not charging. It's going to be rough for them. So just note that, man. Not always do you want to attack. If they're at under 4 life, throw, swing away, blast them to obliteration. Like swing away till that match slip melts and runs away. See what I'm saying? But up until that point, if they're at like 6 lives, 7, don't just willy nilly swing with your leader just to gain a card. Don't be greedy, guys. Play this deck the way it's meant to be played. Alright, we have 6 cracked Dragon Balls. It speaks for itself. These things are cracked. Dragon Ball is a keyword. If this card is in your Z energy, it only leaves your Z energy when used for Shadow Dragon Z energy cost. Meaning, pretty much these are stuck in your life or your Z energy. Excuse me, they're stuck in your Z energy until you awaken. Like they're just not able to. You're not able to do anything because when you awaken, excuse me, when you Z leader awaken, I'll skip to it really quick. Where is it? I want to show you guys the The juice. When you Z leader awaken, here we go. You will pay 7 energy. So out of those 7 energy, it's just 7 energy, guys. Don't forget that. But realistically speaking, it's just one Z energy. When I say 7 energy, I'm referring to 7Z energy. It doesn't cost any energy, so this is hands down the best Z leader in the game because it costs zero and it's a double strike base 20k that draws your card that plays guys. Next 20 is just busted, right? So since you play 6 Dragon Balls, you just need one extra 6Z energy to get in there. And that one extra 6Z energy to get in there will be your actual any card you comment off throughout the game, man. It is what it is at that time and point. So next play set of cards that we play, you already know me. You know how I do. I like to play it for us. If you're gonna have it in your deck, it's because you want it in there for a reason, right? Now, there's certain things that you do want to tech. You'll see. I actually do have 2 of in here, which is surprising, right? Whoa, Eddie has 2 of, not 4 of. But yeah, this is just a filler because this is really, really good, really, really important. If I do not open up my 4 drop or my Nova, I can play this and have it target to pop with my 4 drop. So this has the ability, essentially permanent. These have the same permanent, man. If your leader is a red Shadow Dragon card, reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1. So this is a 1 drop, right? If your leader is a Shadow Dragon card, when this card is played, look at it up to the top 5 cards from your deck. Add up to 1 Shadow Dragon card with an energy cost of 4 or less, or 1 red unison with a specified cost of 2 or less. Add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. Once again, really, really good, really important to find cards such as this. The next one, two, three, the next 3 cards you can also find itself too. So you can find itself. This is the easiest. Another thing too is the easiest charge, is the easiest energy, and it's the easiest Z energy. It's like okay, cool combo off. Super, super good, super, super important. This, in my opinion, is the problem. This is why this deck is not unfair because of Hey Shenron Gathering Evil. Permanent, I'm not gonna read through. I'm just gonna read through all of this time. All the permanents on the next couple of cards are gonna be the same. Auto, if your leader is a Shadow Dragon card, when this card is played, draw 1 card. Place up to 1 cracked Dragon Ball card from your deck in your Z energy, then shuffle your deck. So an effect like this is really, really good because essentially you're guaranteed to awaken by turn 2, right? Because your first turn play, when you turn your leader sideways, you're gonna add 2 cards. So after you add 2 of those Dragon Balls, cracked Dragon Balls, you'll draw 2 more. If you play a card such as this, or the next one I'm going to show you, the Oceanus, which has the same auto, same permanent, same auto, permanent unrated auto. If your leader is a Shadow Dragon card, when this card is played, draw 1 card, place up to 1 cracked Dragon Ball from your deck to your Z energy. If you play one of these on each turn 1 and turn 2, you could only see those 2 balls and be good, right? Because you're gonna turn sideways, take 2 balls, play, draw a card, send the ball. Turn 2, turn sideways, take 2 more. That's your 4th and 5th. Play this, draw a card, send your 6th. You see what I'm saying? Really good, really good, really, really important. Now let's get back to Haze. The reason why it's so busted. As an activate battle limit 1, if your leader is a red Shadow Dragon card and you place this card from your hand or battle area in your drop area, choose up to 1 red Shadow Dragon card in your battle area. It gains critical for the turn. I 100% believe that this should not be able to be placed from your hand. People are gonna say give it an energy cost. I think that's too much. I just think it should be placed from the battle area. Force them to play it. Because yes, you're gonna say it doesn't matter because you replace yourself and all this good stuff. But the thing about playing this card is it's by playing any other card, right? If you have a chance to react with a card before it does an altering effect, it's good because this has no protection, it has no barrier, it has no critical. So if they were to something like charismatic it, because it's an activate battle, they charismatic it, Yamcha counterplay, stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? You'll be good to go. Well, technically, you can't really Yamcha counterplay if you hard cast it because it's for 1. But if you're playing it by skill, which we don't play the unison. We don't mainboard the unison. You can Yamcha counterplay it. Um, it's just good, man. Like your hits are just to the dome, like critical to the dome. They're not gonna see those cards, especially their super combos. And deep down inside, they just want to say, you know what, flip the table and say, forget you, man. Yeah, really, really good, really, really important, man. Oceanus has an activate main, they both have limit one. Oceanus and what's his face and Hayes. Activate main. If your leader is a red Shadow Dragon card, your opponent has 3 or more energy, and you place this card from your hand or battle area in your drop. Choose it to one of your red Shadow Dragon card in your battle area, and it gains barrier until the end of your opponent's next turn. Really, really good, really important because when against decks such as blue decks, such as like Majin Buu, you can just one shot their units, man. Let me get into it and I'll show you how. Going into this next card once again, auto limit one. Choose up to if your opponent has 2 or more energy. When this card is placed in your drop area from a battle area by one of your skills, play this card from your drop, then draw one card. Super, super good, super important because it just replaces itself, man. Activate main if your leader is a Z leader or you have 6 or more Z energy, play this card from your hand. Super, super good. For one, you just get infinite value. One thing I will tell you is I do not play ice. I'll talk about that at the end. So, since Shinron, Dread Destroyer. This guy is low key probably the best in the deck. I know people gonna say you're tripping. It's the 8 drop. It's 100% this guy. This guy is for one. It replaces itself. Let's just read the stats verbatim. It's a double strike. Choose up to one of your other Shadow Dragon cards. KO it when this card attacks. Choose up to one battle card or unity card gains negative 20k power for the turn. Activate main limit one. If this doesn't have a limit one, this oh my goodness, it's already snapped. But like my god, thank God they put limit one right. Um, if your leader is a red Shadow Dragon card and your leader is a Z leader, or you have 6 or more Z energy, draw one card, then play this card from your hand. So you play it, it instantly replaces itself. Super, super good, super part. It's part of the activate main. It's not an auto for that. Um, Next card we are going to play is going to be the obvious. We played this at 4. The Omega Shinron, Unfeeling Retribution. A lot of text on this, guys. So, Deflect Triple Strike. When this card's power would be reduced, it gains 5k power until the start of the next turn instead. If this happens, negate this skill until the start of your next turn. One thing I wanted to note is, guys, I don't care what people are saying. Listen to me. If you do not trigger this guy's effect and you are under imposing, you are not able to swing. You're not imposing is not going to turn this guy into 35. If this guy is not able to take away 5k, it is not allowed to swing. A lot of guys are messaging me from my red video, like PMing me or just put on the thing. Trust me. Go to Nats and do that, and you're gonna find out the hard way. So if you already use your leader ability, your awakened leader ability to neg this guy 15k, or like you have no way of triggering this guy before you swing because you're under imposing, it's not going to be able to even turn sideways because the cost of imposing is for you to neg the 5k, right? But the thing is, you're not able to neg the 5k. Don't. People are trying to say this replay is this, but no. Listen, you're not able to neg the 5k. You won't be able to swing. Point blank. Period. That's just how it is. All right, so we got that out the way. Activate main. Limit 1 for 2 energy. If your leader is a red Shadow Dragon card or red Z leader, and you have 3 or more energy, play this card from your hand. Activate battle. Once per turn, choose up to one battle card or unison card, and it gains 3k power for the turn for each of your Z energy. Additionally, if your leader is a Z leader, choose up to one battle card or one unison, and it gains neg 30k power for the turn. Alright, cool. We had a lot of cards in here, so let's get into how we can trigger some of these things. Some things that you want to do in your opening turn plays, you want to do things such as play. If you already have these guys, you're good to go. This guy you can play turn 1. Just notice you're not able to have that ability to pop it and then play it back unless your opponent has 2 or more energy. So you can play it turn 1 if it's not turn 1. You can play it if you went first, right? On your turn 2, because you'll have your 60 energy, obviously. Just understand that if you went first and you play this on your turn 2, your opponent will have 1 energy. Meaning, if you pop this, if you send this card to your drop by a skill, it will not come back because your opponent doesn't meet the condition of having the 2 or more energy. So it will not come back. Understand that you can play it, but it will not come back. So, all right, cool. We hit that one up. Same thing with Oceanus, right? It has to have thermal energy. These guys are energy restricted for your opponent, not for yourself. Versus this doesn't even care. This just has once you're in your turn two, you have your 60 energy, you're good to go. And this guy says you have to have three or more energy. So understand these two energy restrictions are required from your opponent, not from yourself. All right. So a lot of things that I do a lot of times is I play this. I'll swing with my Sin Shinron Dread Destroyer. I can either pop this, or if I don't want to pop this, another thing you can do is okay, swing with leader into their battle card. If they out combo it, swing with this into their battle card. If they out combo it, swing with this into their leader card. Pop this and then take out the battle card that they've been defending forever, and then use haze to give this guy critical. You see what I'm saying? Things like that is what's made to make this deck function. It just rips your opponent's hands to pieces. The same combo you can do with this, you can do with this. The only difference is this doesn't require you to KO a dragon, right? This just negs something. So a lot of times when I have this on board, I will just preemptively just send this to drop using one of my skills just to draw a card. So essentially each turn I'm drawing two cards. So I'm drawing one from here, I'm drawing one from my leader. See what I'm saying? Next card I'm going to play, next four cards, next set of two cards I'm going to play are my four super combos. So let's actually open these two up because I want to show you. Never, ever, 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 ever listen to Uncle Eddie. Listen to me, please. Uncle Eddie wouldn't lie to you. Never, ever, say it with me, guys. Never, ever use this Beerus offensively. Never, ever use this Beerus offensively. Reason being is it's a facade. It's like a mirage that you have a fat hand. Your hand is fragile. Trust me. A problem you'll have with this is like if you're going against yellow, and the reason why yellow has kind of the advantage on you is when they drop cards such as the Piccolo Secret Rare, they will rip through your hands if you do not have super combos. Piccolo Secret Rare, that one card solos decks like this, right? Always use cards like this defensively. Same thing when you go against SS4 deck, a lot of other decks. Once again, listen to Uncle Eddie. Let's repeat it one more time, guys. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Never, ever, ever, ever use this Beerus offensively unless you're going for game. So if you're going for guaranteed game, then go ahead, be my guest and don't. But never, ever, ever use this offensively unless you're setting up for game. Um, yeah, the card you want to use offensively is this Trunks Illusion Power. That's all we play that for. Trunks Illusion Power. So going back to that combo I showed you to ensure this hits, because you can bait them out. They have battle cards. Make sure they have battle cards. Don't use this to swing your leader. Only use this guy to bait first. Use your leader to swing into their battle card, right? Even if their battle card's 20k, I don't care. Listen to that. Use the 15k Sin to swing into their 20k, their 15k plus battle card. They say no negates. Cool. You draw a card. You don't have to combo. You just drew a card. Perfect. Just like that. So if they had it was a 15k, they defended. Cool. Use this guy to swing. They defended. All right, cool. Use this guy to swing into leader now. Now, depending on their hand size, if they were eating the bait and they were comboing on their battle card, you don't need to give this a boost because they're just going to take it, or their hand size is going to go to zero. When I say zero, I'm talking about 5 or less. That's just like super negative. It's pretty much zero if it's at 5 or less. If they didn't take the bait, it's 15 to 15, they let it go. Okay, cool. Leader's gotten active, swing at leader. They have like a decent amount, like a decent healthy. It's still healthy. Like 5 or more in my or 6 or more in my opinion is healthy. So they have 6 or more. You swing with this. Sin Shinron Dread Destroyer. They say no negates. All right, cool. Pop this. This is gonna net me a card because once again, it only nets your card if your opponent has 2 or more energy. So they have 2 or more energy. I'm going to pop this with my Sin to neg 20, whatever they have. Even if they don't have a battle card, you can still use the effect because we looked at the auto. Choose up to 1 battle card or unison. It doesn't say you have to choose up to 1. So I chose 0 just to draw a card. And then, once again, if they have a healthy hand size, my definition of healthy is 6 or more, you drop the Delusion Power, because the Delusion Power is going to bump this bad boy to 30, because this Delusion Power is a super combo offensively that does not draw a card. This is why I told you guys you don't use the Beerus offensively. Use the Delusion Power offensively, and then you just give this critical. So it'll just go to be 30k double strike crit. Like, even if they're playing Beerus super combos, they'll have to give you 2 Beerus super combos plus a 5k. And then next turn, you're just gonna do it all over again. You see what I'm saying? So their hand size is just gonna deplete just like that. Same thing with this Omega Shenron. The Omega Shenron never combo on it. There's no point. Don't even use illusion power unless they're at 3 and you're going for a game. Or unless they're at 4 and you want to play in bottle power and you're going for a game. Something like that. Don't use illusion power on this. Worst case scenario, use its ability on itself to swing. Okay, cool. Neg itself to go to 35. Because 35 is 2 super combos for a base 15k leader. Now, if you're going against something that's a base 20k because there is Z leader awaken, that's cool. Yes, you can go ahead and combo something like this to make it 45. Because that's a number. The numbers change. You see what I'm saying? But if it's a base 15k leader, to understand, don't combo. Just keep it at 35 because a base 15k leader will have to commit 2 super combos plus a 5k unless they have an IAR. Because even throughout the IAR, they still have to give you an IAR plus a 10k because the IARs are only going to bring it up to 15. So 15 plus 15 is 30. This guy's at 35. So they have to give you an IAR and a super combo. So math, like I can make a video on math for a whole other day. Math in this game gets really, really complicated when you play this game. Beerus, once again, defensively, because this will make sure that you survive and you filter through your deck. Once again, understand this list is post ban list because I never played that crown, all that shenanigans. I didn't play it like I tested with it like prior. I had 2 crowns in the main. I'm like, there's no point because if you take it slow, you're not just willy nilly. Then they're getting this, so it's like, man, or they out combo this. You're like, man, they out combo it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna assume with leader, you didn't need crown because they didn't have a hand. You see what I'm saying? So if you play this very, very decisive, you'll be able to be victorious with this deck. Next card we play is going to be another place of red and yellow cards. It's going to be 4 Armada Resistance. It's pretty much cooler, right? Cooler for 2. Gotta play it. If I see this turn 0, unless I'm going against an aggro deck, I'm playing this. In our mirror match, if you lose a die roll, play this turn 0. Play this on your turn 0. The reason being is if you play any one of these, what's going to happen is you win in a mirror match, right? And now that you're going second, they're going to awaken and they're just going to make this 15k. So you just lost value. You're going to say, no, I didn't lose value, right? Because I drew a card. Trust me, you lost value, bro. We're going to keep this PG because this is not on the Patreon. It's actually on it for YouTube. But my boy, my guy, you just lost value. So you're going to play this because it's going to come in untapped and you're good to go. Next, I told you I played 2 right? Oh my god, I played 2 Yeah, it's crazy. Next set of 2 that we play is going to be Dragon Thunder. So Dragon Thunder is really, really good, really, really important because it is a Final Flash. But let's get into it. A lot of people still don't know what this card does. Damn, that boy's shoulder is got. But yeah, let's get back into it really quick. Permanent. If you have 3 or more energy in rest mode, you can activate this card from your hand without paying its energy cost. So, what does this card do exactly? Activate main / battle. If your leader card is a shadow dragon, really, really important. Choose up to 1 shadow dragon card in your leader area or battle area. I just want to emphasize that. And it gains 5k power for the turn. If you pay the energy cost to activate this skill, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and choose up to 1 card in your opponent's battle area and negate its skills for the turn. Excuse me. I have to go back and make sure I said this correctly. So I'm gonna read that last part one more time. If you paid the energy cost to activate this skill, choose up to 1 card in your opponent's battle area and negate its skills for the turn. So a really good example I can give you on this is, I don't know how, but this is not gonna happen with this deck, so that's a bad example. But let's say you're playing this Yellow Sin and they use Tragedy to Overground on you. Tragedy to Overground is in a battle area. You can negate that card. You can negate its skills for the turn. What's a really good card that's in a battle area for the turn? If you're going, perfect example. If you're going against the reboot ape deck, right? And they have Planet Vegeta on board, and they have hella apes on board. Like I'm talking, they have like a damn coming out Project X ape party, right? And all those apes are about to untap. You can use this, and after you use this, you can negate the Planet Vegeta skills, and they won't untap. I'm trying to think of other cards that are in the actual battle area. It's not really too relevant right now, but it's just something that you want to keep note of. So we have this Realm of the Gods, Ultra Instinct. This is to bridge a gap between super hyper heavy decks such as the mirror match. If you go against a mirror match and they're swinging 20k base because you've been playing correctly, they're not really having the resources to commit. You cannot combo that easily. It's an activate battle. If your leader card and all your energy are red, choose up to one of your cards and it gains plus 10k power for the turn. Then choose one. If it's your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost greater or equal to their current energy. It gains negative 3k power for the turn. If it's your opponent's turn, draw one card. Then choose up to one of your cards and it gains plus 5k power for the battle. So defensively, it's a 50k combo card that replaces itself. Really good, really important. Or offensively, I can just do this, right? In the mirror match, I can just do this. Hey man, guess what? We're gonna use this ability to neg this so I can draw a card. Neg your 8 drop. Oh, guess what? Your 8 drop is now a 35k because it can't get negated, right? Alright, cool, broski. That's what's up, man. Use this little 15k right here to swing at your now 35k. Oh, this guy's crazy. Cool. You're free, dude. No negates. Oh, no negates. That's crazy, man. Yeah, we dropped the Showman of Gods Ultra Instinct. So now this guy who was at 35 is now a 5k to your 15. And then you just turn the ties just like that. You see what I'm saying? Last four cards we're going to play are going to be Foray Negates, aka testing the oppositions. Really good, really important. You don't need Violent Rays, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is the biggest secret that I had I guess this entire set. Violent Rays is not really that good. Like the errata came out. I gotta watch how I say this because I don't really want to go too in depth because once again I want to keep the main information for my Patreon guys, right? Um, Violent Rays didn't really hurt this deck, right? Um, Yeah, I'm just gonna admit that. If you're on the Patreon, you guys know what I'm talking about. But Violent Rays never stopped this deck. It never. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Violent Rays never. That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. Violent Rays never said your turn is over. Now, if you wanted to end your turn because you got Violent Ray, I'm talking this pre-errata. If you wanted to end your turn because Violent Ray says, "Hey, you can't attack with things that are 20k or more," that was on you for not understanding the maximum capabilities of this deck itself. So, Patreon guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, just better join the Patreon family, man. Once again, Violent Rays never stopped this deck. I'm just gonna leave it just like that. This, once again, is really good, and it came more pivotal after the clarification, or not clarification, but the announcement that, hey, this is no longer affecting your Z deck because now if you have two balls in there, I think if you have two balls in one star ball now, unless you're going against like the mirror match or unless you're going against something that's hyper critical heavy, you're just naturally going to win because if you take two balls from your life and then you go to six, right, and then you're all you have to do for that time point is just combo one card away and then play the Z battle card, which is going to be the surmounting the impossible, is going to be nasty because you're instantly at 5. So once you're at 5, you're going to have 4 edit negates and you'll naturally just go down to 3 regardless. Now, I know you guys are going to say, oh my god, this guy's wild. So I'm going to skip over these guys because I know you're already looking at Oolong. Yes, guys, you can play Oolong in this deck. Oolong does not say yellow leader. Oolong is busted. It just has 1 yellow energy, 2 Z energy, point blank period. Unique. Activate main. Once per turn, choose up to 1 battle card in play, ignoring barrier. This card's power becomes the chosen card's power at the time you chose it with the skill. At the start of your opponent's next turn, it becomes 4k. I don't believe you need to memorize all of that. All you gotta know is that it absorbs the power and you go for a game at a time and point. So now that you guys skip to here, we go back and talk about the actual Z deck. So we played the Z leader itself. Really good, really important. One thing I want to notice, or not notice, but like let you guys know, ensure that you guys use your activate main to choose one of your Shadow Dragon battle cards and up to 1 battle card unison card on your opponent's side to negate 15 for the turn before you Z Leader Awaken. I always see a lot of people forgetting to use this effect and just going straight into this, right? Because you can also do the same thing on this, especially if they have editing negates for themselves. So this Z Leader, Omega Shenron, Merciless Negativity, base double strike, like I said, just pretty much costs 1 Z energy because you're gonna have 6 balls in your Z energy. Z Leader Awaken when your life is at 3 or less, and your opponent has 3 more energy. Red Sin Shinron, pay the skill, cost, and Z energy. blah 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 blah. I'm not gonna read all that. When this card attacks, draw one card. Activate main once per turn. Choose one of your Shadow Dragon battle cards and up to one battle card or unison. The chosen cards gains neg 20k power for the turn. That's what I'm saying. You want to make sure that you have both the Sin Shinron, the Spare Made Manifest, as well as this activate main triggered because you don't want to skip on one. So, additionally, you may remove 6 Dragon Ball cards in your drop from the game. If you do, you may play one red Shadow Dragon card from your hand, which is 9 out of 10 times going to be this. The reason why I say 9 out of 10 times, the only reason why you wouldn't play this is if you just don't have it in hand, which in that case would probably be the Sin Shinron, Dread Destroyer, or it would probably be the Nova, so you could trigger its effect and get the draw. So you could have a dual attack that draws one. Vegeta, once again, it's really, really good. I'll show you the combo with using this SSB Vegeta surmounting the impossible with the Eddie negates. You have 4 rush attack. I mean, 3 rush attacks. You don't need 4, guys. The most I've ever used in this deck was I think 2, maybe 3. I never used 4. The only time I've ever used 4 rush attacks in one game would be with SS4 because that deck can actually naturally do it, and you're only going to use every one Defender of Life. The only deck that uses more than once is is Pan because Pan actually has natural synergy with this. I know you guys want to see my sideboard. Join the Patreon. Patreon fam is going to have it. Patreon fam already does have it. I sent it to him before the tournament. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Before we go, the one thing I always do with them, after I give the synopsis of the main deck, as well as the Z deck itself, I do the sideboard and I show them what I take out and I tell them exactly, hey, like, I'll just show you guys, right? For instance, if I'm going against Vegito, these are coming out, the bottom waves are coming in. Let me give you guys a free trigger right now. If you guys are playing red and you're not playing Violent Rays, just know you're gonna get thrashed versus Vegito. I'm talking about the erratic Violent Rays. Vegito, Violent Rage is not erratic. Violent Rage is still Violent Rage. The only thing that Vegito got safe around Violent Rage is the 25k, I believe, triple strike. But their main guys that they want to hit you with, whether it's the Secret Rare, whether it's all that good stuff, trust me, Violent Rage is unerrated, man. I'm gonna leave it just like that. So that's examples of how I would go over the sideboard with them, and I tell them exactly what to take out to you. Like right now, I'd take all 4 of these out. Now, an example I give you is against Vegito. You want to take all 4 out because if you use that negate, all they're gonna do is say, "Okay, cool, you took the 1 damage that you're gonna take regardless." And then guess what I'm gonna do with my leader? I'm gonna bounce this 1 token that you just had on board and swing again. And he'll look at you like, "Okay, cool. What are you gonna use another one?" And it's like rinse and repeat for them from there. And that's what I do. And I tell them against like, would you take red yellow out? Because yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. Patreon fan knows what we're talking about. And then after I do that, what I do is go to the draw simulator and just do opening hands and explain it to you. So this is my opening hand. If this is my opening hand, I'm keeping 1, I'm keeping 2. I don't care about any of this. Even if I'm going first, because I'm gonna draw 6 cards off rip. So I don't really need it till turn 3. So I'm gonna keep Bears, I'm gonna keep Hayes. The only cards I care about. This is also an important card, but you play 4 of, and you don't really care because early games you can burn your opponent's hands, and this is not really as essential as this. I play 4 of the Novas. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm turn 0. If I'm going against the mirror match, I'm charging this. I'm not giving them value. If I'm going against a slower match, which is blue, I'm just gonna charge this. The reason I'll just charge this is because now next turn, this turn, I can charge this and I can play the haze. Before I play the haze, you would use your leader. You'd find your 2 balls. After you find your 2 balls, you use your 2 balls. You would draw, in my opinion. Use 1 to draw. Is it a ball? Is it not a ball? Okay, it's not a ball. Use another one to draw. Is it a ball? Is it not a ball? Okay, it's not a ball. So you just use 3. In my opinion, I would play this, draw a card. Is it a ball or is it not a ball? Okay, cool. It's not a ball. Stop. So you have 3. Because the third was in your hand. You have a choice. Do you want to send the 4th one there? Or you don't want to send the 4th one there? Right now, I have no other 1-drops. I would take the chance that I would draw a Dragon Ball next turn versus me not using this ability to make sure I send my third one there because I have a ball in my hand. So I just send it there. You see what I'm saying? Things like that you want to be proactive on. Now next turn, I don't. I by this time I'd filtered through two more or three more cards. I would charge this because on my awakened turn, since I'm gonna have 60 energy, I'm going to charge this because once I charge this, I'll be able to untap it once I awaken. All right, cool. So let's reset. Let's do one more. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm gonna hold on to this, and I'm gonna put all this good stuff back. If I'm going against low to the ground decks, like something that's rush heavy, like maybe King Picker or something, maybe I'd hold on to this. But realistically speaking, I don't care. Even mirror matches, honestly speaking, because in a mirror match, realistically speaking, I can just take the first double strike crit, not care about it, and just start stacking my head in order to stop them out. Well, let's say I'm not playing against that because I talk about that deck too much. Let's say I'm playing against something like the Ramku. So if I'm playing against something like Ramku, I'm just gonna keep this, man, and just put everything back. One, two, three, four, five. You see, this hand right here is pure booty cheeks. But even though that is pure booty cheeks, I'm still gonna charge this. The reason I'm gonna charge this is because when I go through my life, I'm gonna draw two cards. If I draw two cards, I play one, two, three. 3 times 4 is 12. There's chances that I'm gonna get 12. There's 12 targets for me to get to draw two cards or just draw one card. You see what I'm saying? In order to play on one draw, which is really, really good, really, really solid. Or, realistically speaking, once again, if you didn't want to do that, you can just, let's say I'm going against, all right, something slow again, you can charge something like this, and if you want your turn to be guaranteed, you can play this. Because the reason why you can play this is you, it doesn't have anything, right? Um, Excuse me, you can't play this. I'm tripping right now. I'm super, super late. Sorry about that. You can't play this. Yeah, this hand was just straight trash. I ain't gonna lie. Let's reset. Draw six. One, two, three, four, five, six. All right, this one was a lot easier because this one snapped. It is literally one, two, three, and then do your three. So something like this. Once again, you can just open a hand charge this because you're not gonna want to charge these. These are just busted. And then next turn, after you untap, obviously as your leader, you're gonna use this, and then you're gonna use this. You're gonna enter your card. Really, really good, really solid. Make sure that you have your 6 balls in there before you use this, because you're gonna need your 6 energy, not 6 balls. You're gonna need 6 C energy. Really, really good, really, really solid. And let me give you one more because I always leave them with 3, but there's one that I give you guys a mess up one with the Nova, so I'm gonna give you guys one more. So reset hand, draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say it's the mirror match. Let's say it's something super aggressive. You can keep these if you really, really want to keep them. You can keep them. Um, like if I'm like earlier today, I went against AOD. I said I'm gonna keep it. I had all 4. Unfortunately, he still won. He had a brilliant bloodlines. So I just did this. The reason why I want to hold on to this is because that's gonna end up finding you your 4 drop or your Novas. So I just do this. All right, cool. My first turn probably be a charge for right here. After I charge right here, I would I'd turn my leader sideways. I'd turn my leader sideways. I'd see exactly what's in my deck. I'd see exactly what's in my life. I would take the balls according to whatever I want to do. So I'd use the ball first, draw. If it's on a 4 drop, use another ball, draw. It's on a 4 drop or a ball, use another ball, draw. It's on a 4 drop. If it's on a 4 drop or a ball, I would use this because now I want to search for either my Nova or my 4 drop Sin Shenron Dread Destroyer. You see what I'm saying? It's things like that that you can do to just fix your hand. The deck is really, really good, man. Like, the way you can just wear people down with this deck is just absolutely insane. Like, I don't know how else to explain it to you guys. Yeah, like hands like this, I just keep for days. Well, I don't really care about this. It just be literally be this, and then draw 4. Yeah, you see, it just gets busted, man. I don't know what to tell you guys. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed. And like I said, if you guys want like the full in depth or you like things like this, be sure to join the Patreon, man. A lot of people are joining. I give really in depth profiles. It's more in depth than this. This one just like a breeze by. I did skip the extra deck. I did skip a lot of turn by turn plays. I just showed you guys a glimpse of what we do in the Patreon life. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you guys next time.